Our next shrine is Unkh the Flail Snail. Uh, I'll go through the design of this location and then give some thoughts about how to run it and how I've seen my parties hit it. So, following a well-worn pattern at this point, there are a pair of obelisks that open up into a courtyard. There is a locked or a large set of stone doors into the shrine itself, and then there is also Section 8B, which is a ruined workshop, roof collapsed, full of hundreds of keys hanging and dangling and just strewn about this ruined workshop. For some reason, I can't shake the image of the Keymaster from the Matrix on this one. Just a room full of various keys of a whole bunch of different types. Moving forward, we get to 8C, which is the main chamber, the only chamber here. There's a giant snail statue that has, you know, it follows a description of a flail snail basically. Uh, and then it's worth noting that as soon as the players come in here, there are three ghasts that are hiding behind the statue that will come out and attack the players. They do have the symbol of Razin C on them, so that can be fun foreshadowing and a reason to keep the fight here. Uh, then the rest of the interior of this shrine has on the north end a pedestal with a keyhole in it and six alcoves that have a single key each in them. I think the only other feature here is if anybody inserts an incorrect key into the pedestal, there's a pretty gnarly radiant damage, uh, about 33 radiant damage on average, hitting anybody in the room. Uh, they do get a save, but it's moderately high. And so trial and error in this room can be very fatal. I have not seen a party try the wrong key more than once. Um, the next piece of this puzzle, the solution, is to take all six keys, overlay them on top of each other to find the one true key. And it's worth noting if they try to shove all six together, they won't fit in the keyhole. So that's kind of the giveaway that they need to go back to the shed in 4 or in 8B and match the key, bring it up to the pedestal and unlock it, and then they get their cube and go on their jolly way. Uh, so that's the overall layout. I think I like this shrine. I think it starts to get away from uh, purely combat oriented stuff, and it really is a chance for the players to have fun with a puzzle. I don't think the ghasts should be that much of a challenge at this point in the campaign. Um, that said, depending on how your players are at solving puzzles like this is also a situation where I think it can be important to, at least when I run the game, let players know that if they have a character with high intelligence or high wisdom, um, you can certainly try to give them hints based on rolls they make. Something like, the artificer with a high intelligence, rolls to see if his character would actually be able to deduce what's happening here. And you could even do it without a roll, depending on how you want to run this. Uh, I've just seen with a couple different groups, a lot of people want to solve problems with magic or with brute force, and some of these shrines really, and some of the tomb afterwards, the problems can't be solved with brute force. So, especially when there are pretty damaging effects for trying the wrong ideas over and over, finding creative ways to help your players use their characters to solve the problem and use character attributes that maybe the players don't have, um, I think is a pretty solid approach to helping a party that's having a hard time with this. Um, Outside of that, I don't think there's really much else going on here, but I like this shrine. It's pretty fun, or at least I think it's fun to run. Uh, so Thank you for watching.